Okay, so what is the main use of TestNG framework means? It actually provides you the control over the test cases and also basically execution of the test cases as well.
Okay.
So the reason is TestNG is also kind of a testing framework. So when compared to Selenium, it actually provides us the better control over the test cases. And also here, what we can do is we can give the priorities as well. So which one has to run first and which one has to run second.
Yeah.
So like that, okay. So that is the main use of the TestNG framework. And yeah, how to integrate TestNG with my Eclipse. Okay, so you can download any version of Eclipse, but it should be latest version. Yeah, so if you want to use TestNG, so basically what we'll do, we'll go to Eclipse site and we can download any version is fine. So we want to do things in our Eclipse. One is obviously the Maven, and another is we want the TestNG framework. So how to integrate into my Eclipse? Okay, so click on help here. You click on help, go to Eclipse Marketplace.
Yes. I actually have TestNG integrated with my Eclipse. So if you want, you can skip this. Like in
Skip it,
find, you
okay.
type TestNG and
Okay, it came actually.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can just type like TestNG like this.
And then click install, right?
Yes, yes. So you will get TestNG for Eclipse here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see TestNG for Eclipse. So
Yeah.
for me, it is showing as installed. So for you, install will be there. Okay, that is one thing, and another is Maven. You need to install that. That you know right how to do it. The same thing
Maven,
again. Mm,
yeah.
if you go for new
Maven
software
was
update.
already there. So I
Mm,
think I might have set the path earlier when I
yes, yes.
installed.
If you Maven, if you give here something
Yeah.
HTTPS Maven, something will be there. If you paste it, then we are
Mm-hmm.
able to install that as well.
Yes.
Okay, so both should be there.
Mm-hmm. And I think we will configure the path, like how we do with Java and
Yeah, yeah,
we
that
set up the path, right?
yes, yes, that we can do.
Yeah.
I think something is loading here. Yeah. Okay. So again, click on file, click on new. We have to choose the Maven project. Click next. Okay, so click next. So here you need to choose quick. Yeah. My,
This is for what?
no, to create a project, Maven project.
Oh, okay, okay.
Search for first this dialog will come. When you click next, search for quick. Okay, so quick start archetype. Okay, so click this and give next.
Actually, when we create the oh, I think for me it directly came this. I used to give group ID. I don't know. I never searched for this quick that one.
Yes, basically you're getting new project only.
Okay, okay,
So I'm just giving uh, in this kind of quick start Maven project.
okay, okay.
Um, okay. I think this is still downloading something. Not downloaded properly actually. Okay. Yesterday only I have downloaded this. So probably okay. So after creating Maven project, so we have to add some dependencies to my pom.xml. Okay, so I've added this testng.
Yeah,
You know, right, how to download this Maven testng.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. So just in Google, you search for testng Maven dependency like that. It will take you to the site. Okay, choose any version if you want. Just paste this dependency inside the project, so it will work.
Okay.
So as usual, we want WebDriver Manager and Selenium will be, for the project. Okay. So I don't know, something is downloading in the background. Okay. So I'm creating
So
a new
in
Java.
that testng folder also we will have a testng XML file, right?
This one,
Yeah, inside that.
this one will be there. Jar files.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, like supported jar files will be there.
okay.
When you click on new, you click on class. So I'm choosing some. Okay. So I created one class file.
Okay.
So here I will basically I will write two methods like public void login. So one for login and another for logout. Okay, so I've written two methods here. One is login and another is logout.
Log out.
Now, if I give annotation at the rate test like this,
Mhm.
okay, so click this. Here, what will happen when you done for the first time? Add same like this. Add test ng library for the build path like that option will come.
Mhm.
Okay, you need to choose that
Mhm.
option, and
Mhm.
after that choose this test ng annotation. Okay, so don't choose unit 4 like that. Okay, this is for unit testing, don't choose it. So we
Okay.
need to go for test ng annotation. Okay, click that. Okay, so now what I will do, similarly copy this. Okay, so now when I run this project, okay, so you run as test ng test like that, the option will come. So if you're already implemented test ng framework, then option something will come like this. Okay,
Mhm.
click this. See, it will come neatly like logged in, logged
Mhm.
out. See, test cases is passed, log out like that. So
Mhm.
number of test cases is two like that. Okay,
Mhm.
so now like I have two methods, and I've used annotations like test like that. So both login and logout is working, and it is also giving me the result. Now like in the real-time project, what will happen, there will be number of test cases.
Mhm.
Now what you have to do is you need to give the priority, which one to run first, which one to run second like that. Okay,
Mhm.
so now what I will do is, oh, it got stuck. No, yeah, now so how to give the priorities. Okay, so like imagine for me logout has to be the first priority, so
Mhm.
I will give priority is equal to 1. Okay, this is my number one priority. Paste here, this will be my number two priority. So first logout has to be happen, then login has to happen. Okay, so how can I do that?
Okay.
So just give priority like that, we need to mention. Okay,
Okay.
so when I run this project, run as test ng test.
So in testng, actually, we don't write a main function, right? Without that itself, it got executed, right?
Yes, we have not
Okay.
written any main function, so
Mhm.
we just need to mention the methods is enough
With the annotations.
with annotation. See
Okay.
here, I've given the login as the second priority and logout as the first priority. If you observe here,
Mhm.
see here, the first one it given the logout, second it given the logged in.
Mhm.
Okay, so like that,
Okay.
we can give the priorities. So if you want, you can give the description as well. For example, comma, I will give description is equal to something like user logged in like that. I can give some description as well.
Okay.
Okay. So when I run this, okay, so logout came. Okay, so I think I have not changed. See, like that, I've given some description. So it is printing like below that after each
Yeah.
every the this one method.
So
Okay.
basically, will it help to generate like a report while we do this testing? Is that the use?
Yeah, that is also you can give the priorities. It's like neatly you are basically organized everything, all the test cases.
Okay. Hmm.
So that is the main use if you use the test cases. Okay. So user here it should be logged out. Okay, so I'm just changing my priorities. The first, obviously, the this login will come.
Yeah.
Second, logout will come.
Log out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This is fine. This is how it will get executed.
Hmm.
So next, we having a lot of annotations are there.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you go in for interview, they will ask you, can you explain me what are the annotations we have in test engine framework? They will like that. They will ask you. So okay. So I will explain few of the annotations. So first annotations we have something called as before test. Okay, at the rate before test. This is one of the annotation. So now I will write one method that is public void. I will give login to app like this. I will give some annotation like method. I will give like before test case. Like this I will give. Okay, let me import it. I have one more annotation that is after test. No doubt. I will give after test case here. So what I will do, I will just import it. Okay, now what is the main use of before test and after test? So basically, if you give before test, so in the output, what will happen? Before test will execute. Okay, okay. Let me run it. 1 minute. I will let me close my windows. I think you are getting a lot of noise, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Just 1 minute. Let me close my
Yeah.
window. Okay. So if I give before test, what will happen? It will execute beginning of the test case. And if I give after test, it will be added after the test cases. So when I run this program, okay, see here, I've used a before test case, right? See here, before test cases is coming. So what after that, logged in is coming. After that, logged out is coming. Logged out is coming. Okay, so after that, no, after test, that is after test case. See, after a test case is coming. Okay, so that is the
So
main use of.
yeah, so basically, like if we have written our Selenium code here, like if we is it like we will be writing the driver setting property, driver properties inside that before test function, and closing the driver after every test, and whatever tests we are performing, that we'll be writing as methods in the at the test annotation. Will that work?
Yes, yes, it will work. It will work.
Okay, okay.
It will work. A lot of time, what will happen? Uh, for example, if you are dealing something like SQL and all,
Mm-hmm.
so what we can do is before test we can establish the connection.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
after
okay.
test you can close that connection.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like there are a lot of uses if you use the before test and after test.
Okay.
So let's say like for each method, I need to create a connection and disconnect the
Mm-hmm.
SQL
Mm-hmm.
connection.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is for beginning of the test case and ending of the test case. Imagine you want to establish the connection for each method. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that time we have something called as before method and after method.
Okay.
So here I will give at the rate before method that is required connect db. To database. So I import it. We have after method. So this is connect connect db, disconnect db. Okay, this is after method. Okay, so when I run this program,
Yeah.
yeah, I was
I think
just oh
you
yeah,
put you put the same message for
oh
connect
yes,
and
yes, yes,
disconnect,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. Sorry. So this is disconnect and connect. Okay, so now
Yes.
let's see what will. Okay, see what happened is before test case and after test case it
Mm-hmm.
came, beginning
Mm-hmm.
and ending. Now what happened is connect to database logged in.
Before each method and
Okay,
after each.
then after that disconnect database.
Mm-hmm.
So connect to the database, logged out, disconnect to the database. Okay,
Yes.
so these are the some of the annotations we have. That is
Okay.
before test, after test, before method, after method.
Okay.
Okay, so you just explain them about the annotations we have.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is fine. So next, okay, in TestNG we have something called as assertions. So we'll explain what are the different types of assertions we have.
Okay.
So let's say I have a method called as public void get title bar. So here I will give annotation test. I will write one variable that is private static web driver okay. So here I will give web driver manager dot. So
Web spelling.
yeah, Eclipse got hanged. Yeah, so we want Firefox driver now dot setup. Okay.
Mhm.
So next is driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So now what I will do is like we have something called as assert, assert equal.
Mhm.
So now what I will do is let's say I will go to eBay. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to check whether my title is right or wrong. So okay. So how to get the title? I will go to insert inspect element. So in inspect element, under the head we have title. We need to search for the title. Here. Okay. So he given electronics, comma, cars, fashion, like this they have given. So what I will do is I'm just copying that. Mm, Here I will give string expected title. Okay, so this is my expected title. Now what I have to do, I have to go to that site, right? So for that, I will give driver.get. So within the strings, I have to give, I will give, go to ebay.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Now after going ebay.com, so I have to get the title, right? So for that, I have to give driver dot get title here. So this actually get me the title. So that I will store in string actual title.
String.
I will give string store in actual type this variable. Okay, so let's say what is the use of assert equals. So I will give assert dot assert equals. Okay, so here I will give, this is my expected title. I will put here. Now,
Actual title.
yeah, actual title I will put here like that.
Okay.
So now instead of writing if condition, so what I can do is I can easily put like this, assert equals like that. Okay. So now when I run this program,
So this assert, we don't have to write inside a try catch.
we can
Even if we don't, it is fine.
yeah, it will work.
Okay.
So okay, so now the page is coming. See here, see get title bar, the test case got passed. Test cases is 1. So like that it is giving me. So what if I give a wrong title bar? Okay. So I'm giving no, I am expecting this, let's say. So let's say the behavior. Okay. See here, failures 1, failures 1. See here, assertion error, expected electronic cars fashion. What found is what? Found is electronic fashion. So colored piles and more. Okay. So it is actually the assert equals.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened is similarly we used in Selenium, we used to write the if, right? So if this is the expected, then this is the actual, like that.
So
If else statement
yeah,
is to
so
write.
yeah. So that does it mean like this can be used only with TestNG, right? This assert we cannot use with Selenium.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Selenium assert and all it won't. So you
Okay.
have to write if condition and if else like that. Okay, these
Mm,
are all the kind of additional features. And also
okay.
the if you give assert equals and all, like neatly the format it will come. Test cases is executed or not, if it is
Okay.
failed or not.
So, but there can be companies who doesn't use TestNG, right?
Like it depends upon the project actually.
Oh, okay.
Like majorly they will use only test engine because it
Uh-huh.
the managing of the test cases will be very easy if you use the test engine in case of Selenium.
Yeah.
So if
But
you have
then
even
why
a
don't
hundred,
we, like, why do we directly go to TestNG? Why did we do Selenium?
where do we?
No, no, like, why, like, if they can do everything what we can do in Selenium with TestNG,
Hmm.
and it has additional these methods, right? Then why can't we directly go with TestNG? Like, why do we even need, we can call that dependency everything in this form XML, right? Like how we did with Selenium, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so my question is like, why did we even do Selenium? We could have directly go with TestNG then, right?
Actually, both TestNG and Selenium, it's kind of a frameworks only.
Uh-huh.
But like
Or maybe
Selenium,
it is more easy if we study Selenium and then move on to TestNG.
yeah, because what we do is in core Java, we have the main method, right?
Yeah.
So everything basically we deals with the main method only, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So so after that, simply if you learn that Selenium, so there also
Mhm.
we have the main method. We used to do the things,
Yeah, which
and
is similar
also
to Java. Yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so that is more near to that core Java.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, we used to do that.
Okay.
Mm, okay, so like today we learned about the annotations, right? So that is one of the
Mm-hmm.
important thing they will ask you in the interviews, before
Mm-hmm.
method, after method, and
Mm-hmm.
what is that, before test case and
Before
after
test,
test case.
after test.
Yeah, that the four things you need to explain.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll continue the test ng. We'll learn more assertion functions.
Okay.
So yeah, little bit we'll work on core Java as well today.
Okay. Can you give me just like 2 minutes or
Yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
minute? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just be online. I'm taking some break.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
We'll be
Yeah.
back.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what is the class like this like class number? Let me check.
I think this is 11th or 12th maybe.
Hmm, documents. Class 11. Class 12. Class 13. Okay.
This is 13.
13. Yeah, I think this is class 14. Class 14. I think we have 6 more, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have 6 more. No, like in the sense, I think next Tuesday we'll finish.
Oh, okay.
Mm, Next week, Tuesday. Okay.
So now TestNG is the topic that is pending, right?
STNG, do you want Cucumber and BTD? That one?
No, no. What you are planning to cover? I am asking.
Like along with TestNG, Cucumber, BTD also will cover.
Okay.
There are a lot of things are there in TestNG. It is also kind of a big topic only.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we'll learn more about.
Okay. So Selenium, like if we know this drag and drop and all this, what we learned, right? The
Yes.
action
Yes.
class,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
the select class.
Mm.
So mostly it is all that is needed in Selenium, or do we have anything else that is pending in Selenium, like other than like some functionalities that may be required based on the requirement? That is fine, but the
Mm.
main concepts I'm asking.
Basically, like major things. If you take
Mhm.
in a
Like
web
for
page.
instance,
Mm.
yeah, for instance, like if somebody asks me like what you know about Selenium, like I know like how to set up the Selenium web driver, like how to locate the elements
Mm.
using those 7 locator things, right? By ID, by class, their priority, and all that.
Yes.
Like
Yes. Yes.
drag and drop, for those things we use the select class. For anything that is related to keyboard, we use the action class. All those things we learned.
Yes. Yes.
uh, yeah, so then we move to test ng, but I'm saying like with that it covers almost everything, right?
Like if you take the web page, web application,
Mm-hmm.
so majority of the things like I covered in Selenium,
Mm-hmm.
but still a lot of advanced concepts are there. Mostly like probably the read of data from the Excels, little bit advanced concepts are there.
Yeah, that is
So
what you told before. You will teach like how to read from
yeah,
an
those
Excel.
things and all in TestNG only I will teach you.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of advanced concepts are there. I will teach you. Still,
Okay,
so many things are there in for learning. We'll
okay,
do that.
okay.
And also probably last 1 or 2 class, what I will do is I have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of FAQ documents.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like a lot of like questions are asked in the interviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
Because
go to the documents, and once we go through the document, then you will get some
uh-huh.
kind of a confidence, like how much topics I covered and how much you are prepared and how much you need to prepare.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
last 1 or 2 class we'll do that,
Mm-hmm.
so that it will boost you overall confidence. And also, no, maybe if something is there, if I missed anything, so what extra topics you need to like self study you need to do, that is also I will tell you. So let me go through. Probably if it is class 14, then we'll work 5 more hours, then like 5 more classes. Okay, so today we'll discuss about the keywords. I think you already know about this keyword, super keyword, and final keyword. But what I will do is I will teach you a little bit in detail, so where exactly we need to apply these things and all. Okay. So let's say okay, I will write one example. Okay, so why we require this keyword, and what is a major problem if you don't use this keyword. Let's say I have something called as roll number here, and have string name like this, and I have a constructor that is demo constructor like this. Okay, so here what I will do is I will pass like this. I will give, like, imagine, let's say I'm giving like this, like this. I'm giving name is equal to name like this. Okay, I took the parameterized constructor. What I did is, in parameterized constructor also I'm passing the int roll number string name. Okay, same instance variable names I took in the methods as well. So now I will have a main method here. In the main method, I will create one demo object, demo obj is equal to new of demo. So here obviously we need to pass, like, the data, right? So 111 comma, I will pass some name like Arjun like this. Now I want to display this. So for that, I will write one method that is void display. I will have a print statement. I want to print one is ID plus plus comma and name like this. Oh, sorry, roll number, right? Roll number.
Yeah.
Roll number. Now I will give obj dot display, right?
Yeah.
So when I run this program, what do you think? What will be the output? No, any just guess. What do you think?
You have given past 111 and Arjun, right? Usually when in order to get rid of that ambiguity, we use this dot roll number, right? That formal argument and the instant variables are same, right? So
Exactly. See, now what is happening is no, the confusion is for the compiler itself. So what is happening is I have took the instance variable and local variables are same. See here, and also there is the argument to variable roll number, no effect like that is coming. So the compiler itself, it is getting confused with what variable did you use, what the heck are you doing. So when I run this program, see, it is giving 0 on null.
yeah.
Okay, so why it is giving 0 on null? Because of the ambiguity. Now this problem can be solved in two ways. One is this you can use. If you give this, what it will do is it will point out to the current class instance variable. Yeah. So when I give this dot, see, now the compiler, now the ambiguity is gone. It is referring to the instance variable. When I run this program, see, it is giving 111 Arjun. Now the ambiguity is okay. So this means always refer to the current class instance variable.
Yes.
Okay. So this is, we have one method, or else you can simply change the name in the variable itself. You see, int r I will give, string n I will give, r I will give, and n I will give.
N.
So this is also one of the way, you know, you can solve the ambiguity. Okay. Okay. So okay, now we understand what is the use. Now let's say, so this can be applied with the methods as well. So for example, I have, like, you know, I have void m, m. I have one more method, that is void n.
Okay.
Like this I have. Now I will create demo d is equal to new demo. Okay. So what I will do is d dot n I will call. See, now what I will do, with the n I will call. Okay, now when I run this program, obviously it will call n. So it is calling n. So here I will call m like this. Okay. See, if I give this, okay, like this, okay, when I run this program, okay, so m also getting, I'm also getting n. So if you ask me, if you remove this keyword, will it won't work? Of course it will work. Okay, but the concept is like, who is providing the this, means the compiler by default it will provide you the this keyword there. Okay, that is one. And what else? Okay, now let's say, like, this can be used with the constructor. Okay, this is the one of the major concept. Let's say I have one parameterized sorry, like default constructor like this. I will give demo one like this. Let's say I have another function as well. That is, I have like int a. Int a. But I will give demo two like this. Now, when I run this program, okay, see, demo one is printing, right? I've used one, object. Obviously, it will call the constructor. That is what is happening.
Yeah, it called the default constructor. Yeah.
Now, if you pass something, like, for example, if you pass to something like this, right? So when I run this program,
demo 2 will be called.
Demo 2 will come. Now I want both demo 1 and demo 2. How can I do? How can I call? Any idea? I wanted two constructors.
Both the constructor, right? I knew, I forgot actually.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to call, just call this like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When I call this, now you observe. So it is printing demo 1, demo 2. Okay. And
So
I
when
want
we
to
want to
call.
call a default constructor, we can just call this method actually
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
When we have, parameterized and default constructor, if you want to call default constructor, just call this like this.
Okay.
There is another way. You can call, let's say, I am passing like this, right? I mean, I'm just removing the like integer I'm removing here.
Yeah.
When I run this program, obviously it will print only the default constructor because in the object I have not passed any variable,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So now I need to call from the default constructor the parameterized constructor.
Mhm.
So how can I call? So that I can call like, here I will pass
The
this
argument.
6 like this.
Mhm.
Okay, so now when I run this
Yeah.
program, see it is calling demo2 and demo1.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So basically, when you call constructor with another constructor, we'll call it as a constructor chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is the use of this keyword with the constructor.
Constructor.
Now, okay, this is okay.
Mhm.
Okay, let's jump into the super keyword. Let's study a little bit in detail.
Mhm.
Okay, let's say I have called a string color like this. I have blue. I have one more class. I will call it as a demo one. So here I have black.
Okay.
Okay. So basically it is, see here, I shouldn't call to public like this. Okay.
Mhm.
In the same class. Let me remove this. Okay. Now I have the main method. So what I will do is I will create one, object here. Now I will have, when I call obj.color, so which one do you think it will call?
So now we have two class, and in the main, you created the object. I think it should uh, it should give you black.
Okay. So basically what you are doing is you compared with the method overriding concept, right? So method overriding, what will happen? In demo also you have the same method. In demo also you will have the same method. Now when I call obj.run, what will happen? It will override, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now when I run this program, let's say like when I run this program, okay, this is printing black. Now the blue is not printing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I want to call blue, right? So how can I call the blue? So if you want to call the blue,
We
uh,
create the
let's say like, um,
now here we created the demo one object, right?
yeah, demo one object. Okay, let's say like, okay, I will create one method here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So here, what was the intake? Actually, I could see that only the black will get printed, right? Why
yeah,
did you
this
say?
printing the black.
Yeah.
Now let's say like I have one method here. It will print black only, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I have one method here. Okay, so let's say I have like this. Here I have color. I have obj.color here. Sorry, obj.run. Wait, I haven't given
Yeah.
the extents here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Extents demo, I forget to give.
That is what I was thinking. Anyway, it will only call that class, right? Because we
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
created that.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. So now it is printing, let's say,
It will again print black.
black.
Yeah.
Now I want to print blue, right?
Yeah.
So that time you give like, super dot color,
Okay.
super dot color, like this. When I run this program,
Black and then blue.
black and blue it will print. Okay, there is one more concept here. Let's say like, okay, let it be like, what I will do is, okay. This. Okay, here I will give run one and this is run two. See, I have here run, right? I have one more run here. So definitely when I run this program, see it is printing run two, right? So obviously this is the method overriding, right? So when we have a class with the same name, run is there, class having same name, and which having inherited relationship. Obviously we have in an inherited relationship. So when I run this program, so method overriding is happening. Okay, that is a good thing. Now let's say, now demo one, demo is there, right? So here I will make as demo. So what will be the output?
At run one.
Really?
Oh, there you made it demo and there it is demo one, na?
Parent class object is there, right?
Yeah.
It is pointing to the current class object. Okay.
So
See,
I think it will override at run two will be the output, right?
yeah. See, when I run this run two, it is printing. Okay, it is printing run two. Okay. The question is like, see here the behavior of the object. See, when I give SYSO, when I give obj.color. So what do you think will be the output for obj.color?
That will be black.
Okay.
Right. Or blue.
See,
Yeah.
it is giving me the blue. Okay.
So what
basically,
was it actually? I got confused now. Yeah.
So the question is, they will ask like, polymorphism is applied for the methods, right?
Yes.
But is it possible to override the data members? The question is it possible to not override? What do you say?
Yeah, the same thing. Polymorphism is not applied in the case of the data members. It is only applied in the case of methods. Actually.
Methods. Okay.
Okay.
So this is also called as like, parent class object is referred to the current class object. Parent class reference variable is pointing to the current class object. Okay. This is also called as upcasting. Okay. So this is very, very important.
Yeah. So something else I wanted to ask. So object.color means it was just pointing to the superclass data member actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So that is the weird
yeah
behavior of a object.
Data member and this thing. Okay.
methods. It will vary.
Okay. This is so very important actually.
Yeah, this actually yesterday one of my student in my institute, this they asked the questions
Okay. Okay.
in the interview.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now
So this is actually something in the core Java concepts actually.
yeah, core Java
Uh-huh.
concept.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
now let's say like here we have run.
One more thing in this same example, what will happen if I give super dot color? That will work here.
Where exactly you want? Here,
Yeah. There will it work if I give super dot color?
okay, you're asking me to print like this, right?
Uh-huh.
See, it is throwing me the error itself
Oh,
directly
okay. Oh, yeah.
because here
He created the object that way.
object,
Okay.
right? So it
Mm-hmm.
won't accept here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, okay. Let's say like when you call super dot
Color.
mm, run. Yeah.
Okay.
When I call super dot run, and I run this program.
Mm-hmm. First run one and then run.
Yeah, run one,
Mm-hmm.
run two. Both it is
Yeah.
printing. Okay. 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 This is with the methods. Okay. Let's say with the constructor, let's see the behavior. Okay. Now I'm creating one default constructor here, like demo. Like this. I will have one more constructor here. Like this. Okay. So now when I run this program, oh, demo one, demo two. Okay, I'm printing demo 2 here. Let's
Okay. Now
let's run.
demo 2 will be printed.
Okay. See what happened is in class I have demo.
Mm-hmm.
Here also I have like 2 constructors are there. That
Okay.
obviously when you are inherited, the
Yeah.
D,
That also
it
true.
will print.
Mm-hmm.
That is not an issue. Now
Mm-hmm.
let's say like I have parameterized constructor here. Let's say int a like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is throwing error. It shouldn't, right?
Or do we have to make it as parameterized to call that constructor in the textends class?
No, actually, this is demo 1. Why it is giving me error? Okay, so here I have parameterized constructor here. That is okay. But I have just created the default constructor here. It is giving me the error, yeah.
No, but in this program, where did we pass the parameter for that demo
Yeah, that we
constructor?
have to do. Okay, so if you want to call that demo 1, then now we have to give like
Demo
super.
super dot.
Okay, like this. 6 like this.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so then obviously it will call the this parameterized
Yeah.
one.
Mhm. So now the error is gone.
Yeah, demo 1, demo 2. It's this is just kind of a this we used, right?
Mm. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I
Let's
think
see.
otherwise the compiler will be looking for that constructor with the parameter constructor. Where did we pass?
There is one more thing. Yeah. Now let's say what is the difference between this and super.
Okay.
This will be always referred to the current class only. It can be instance variable. It can be, like constructor and methods. This
Okay.
super will be always applied with the
Inherited, like
parent
extended.
class.
Yeah.
Parent class that methods are parent class constructors. Yeah.
Or
And
even data members.
yeah, one more I think that is let's see, like I have one method like this void like this.
So this is not in any class. Oh, it is inside the demo
Yeah,
one.
inside.
Okay.
I don't know, like I have read somewhere. This can be let's say like this.
This dot something or just this?
One data we'll call int a here. Uh, okay, let's say like void run. Let's say like this is void m. This is n. This dot m. Net I will call after print statement. Will it throw me the error? No. Okay. See, basically this supers is there, right? The super key. See, this after statement you print or before statement you print. It is not throwing me any exception. This keyword is there, right?
Yeah.
But if you see here, super is there, right? If it is in the first line, okay, it is not giving me the error. For example, let's say you pass after the statement, so it will give me the error.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, I've read somewhere this one.
Okay.
So this you can apply like any after any statements, it will work.
Okay.
But super should be always like beginning
the
one.
first statement in the function.
Yeah, first
Okay.
it should be there.
Okay.
So it won't after the statement. Okay, that is one more differences.
Okay.
So these are all the differences between super and these keywords. Okay. Okay, last today final topic is final.
Okay.
So final you already know. Final can be applied with the classes. Final can be applied with the variables. Finals can be applied with the methods. Okay. Now if you apply with the final, see here, instead of public, I will give final. Okay. So if I give the final with the class.
Final can also be applied with the constructor, right? No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, first with the class. If you apply with the class, we cannot inherit it.
Okay.
See, final class demo I have given. Class demo one extends demo. Okay, we cannot inherit it.
Okay.
Okay, let's say like final demo like this, right? See, it is not allowing.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the constructor, you can have, I think public you can have. Public, I think you can have. And let's say private. See, private is also not possible. Hey, wait. No. Let me remove this. Yeah, private is also not possible. Only public is allowed. What about protected? See, protected is possible with the constructor. Public and private is protected is possible. Private is not possible, and final is not possible. Okay, but with the class you can have final. See, if it is one class, obviously you can have final, right?
Yes.
So this is possible. With the class, only final is possible, abstract is possible. That's all. Final and abstract is possible. Static is possible, not in the case of outer. Inner classes can have static. Okay. So these are all the important points. Okay. So if you apply with the class, you cannot inherit it.
Yeah.
Now, if you apply with the variables, let's say like, int a is equal to 100. I will give final here. Like this. If you have like, void run. Let's say I'm changing a is equal to 110. Okay, not positive, because if it is final, right? So if you apply with the variables, you cannot change the value of it.
Okay.
And if you apply final with the methods, you cannot override it.
Okay.
That right, override. I will have one run method here. In subclass also, I will have one more run. If I apply final, right, it will throw me there. Okay. So that is the uses of the final keyword. Apply with the class, you cannot inherit it. If you apply with the variables, you cannot change the value of it. If you apply with the methods, you cannot override it. Okay. So this is about the keywords: final, super, and this. Okay. So yeah, I almost covered all core Java concepts. If you want, we can work on Java new features. Very rarely they will ask you this question.
Java what?
New features, like in Java 8, it will have a lot of new features, right?
Oh, okay.
But if you know, it will be better. If you don't know also, it will be that's okay. Because interviewer, if he asks some question, you are able to answer it. If you want, I can teach you for maybe some 15-20 minutes, maybe in some upcoming classes. Okay. Because
so with this knowledge, with this knowledge, how good will it be to go for a Java programmer position?
See, basically for development, core Java concepts are very, very important. If you know all loops concepts and all this minute details, every single detail, it is easy only, not that much difficult. But coding, I can tell, like, challenges are more. Challenges are more
compared to
you don't you want a peaceful job, you go for testing. But development, the pressure will be very, a lot of pressure will be there. Deadlines and pressures you need to handle a lot in case of development. But when compared to growth wise, development having a lot of growth, to be honest, in compared to testing. And also pressure will be a lot of pressure. The two things. And in development also, what will happen is,
with this knowledge of programming, it will be easy in testing, right? Like, right now how much I know actually.
Yes. For you, it will be very easy. The Selenium easily you can code as well, and also you're
Mm.
basically understanding the concepts as well.
Okay.
So you don't need to put any
I also
effort.
want to be into testing only. So I am just thinking, with this knowledge, I should be okay, right? Just from you, if I hear, right, how much I know now. So it is like
Yes, yes, yes.
good thing for me.
So definitely we're able to crack any testing and selling in interviews.
Okay.
Mostly next few classes will work. I will try to teach more advanced concepts. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
so we'll
Mm.
do that.
And test NG also, I think we will
Yeah, yeah, in test NG.
look on that. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we'll
This
work on that.
cucumber thing also you told, that is also, is it important?
Yes, yes.
Something you told.
Yeah, cucumber and BTD is important only.
Okay. 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 As a tester, we
As a
should know
tester,
that.
it is required. I will tell you how.
Okay.
And also the
Okay.
one major thing is I taught you the API testing as well.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
API testing also, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That still I need to work on that. Actually, I have kept that pending. Actually, on whatever you have taught, because I know that will take some time for me to.
No, no, you just
Um,
go through the videos. So, like in the end, I think I messed up a little bit with the code. Last
uh-huh.
10, 15 minutes, I explained you
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I
uh,
know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
how
I told,
to.
like, I didn't go through that recording actually that
Yeah, yeah,
days.
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
is enough actually
Last
for
day I
testing.
tried with this. All the weight things and everything I could do, the coding. Today I could work on that actually. I finished everything worked for me. That implicit, explicit, and
Mm-hmm.
fluent.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
I suggest you is,
Mhm.
maintain a like notes kind of things.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Why?
Uh-huh.
Because it will be helpful throughout your career.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because even if you changing the job in the future,
Uh-huh.
if you have some material to do some kind of a
Yeah.
self study, and also if you have your own
Uh-huh.
notes, then whatever we understand will be written on the paper, right?
Yeah, so we can
So
refer back if we
yeah,
forget
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
something.
it will be very useful. Daily you do one
Mm-hmm.
thing, like take some core
Mm-hmm.
Java concepts or Selenium concepts.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like in 20 classes I will be teach you like a lot of content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is, go through the different websites, and there also you can find like some of the concepts which I have missed somewhere.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is also, make a note of it. And
Yeah.
also, like, when you keep on giving the interviews, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
wherever the maybe some, like, some of the times we will miss it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is also, you can make a note of it, and when you go for next interview, make sure no you prepared the like previous
Yeah,
asked.
what I missed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like that, no you can easily able to
Mm,
crack the interview. Okay, my
okay.
suggestion is to maintain your notes. It will be very useful for you in the future as well.
Okay.
Till
Okay.
now, what I did is I've written, have like 400 pages, big book is there. So I will write all the things, like whatever I
Uh-huh.
understand.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So even for me, like when I started like 5 years back, I used to take
Mm.
some Java course. There also,
Uh-huh.
whatever I studied from my trainer, I used to write my self notes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it will be very useful if you have a kind of a material, some kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay then. See you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Yeah.